Shalom, shalom, Israel, this brother Isaiah. I just want to, basically get my sword in the battle. In this thing, in this war that the Most High is having with Amalek. You want to get your sword in this thing. But I was just kind of meditating on the whole thing. And you looking at the rappers, the basketball players, basically the famous men of this world, right? And they're echoing what the Hebrew Israelites, the mighty men before us, the prophets, been saying for decades, man. They're echoing Revelations 13:9. They're echoing the things, the judgments that they want for Esau, for Amalek, because they see that they've reached the pinnacle of what one might seem to be, the part of life that one should desire, the top. And they got to the top of society and they found out that they still a nigga, man. You got billions, but they spray painting nigga on your garage, man. You can't get in your gated community without caring, harassing. You done sold your soul. You done got to the top where they said, the air is fresh there, and it still smell like a nigga up there. All the way to the top to find out you still a nigga, man. So it is black,
light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga, still nigga. I like that second one. Light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga, still nigga. OJ like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay, house nigga.
So, in meditating on that and thinking about these things, you understand that your favorite rapper, your favorite sports player, his favorite song is Revelations 13:9. Look at what's going on. You hear Kyrie, he's echoing that he's a Jew. Where did he find that out? That's because behind closed doors, he's not watching sitcoms, and he's not watching Lil Wayne. He's not watching, these all the things of the world. Your favorite basketball player, your favorite rapper, your favorite famous person, they favorite person is the prophets. They like watching GMS, Sakari, WFI. These men of renown that you worship in the world, they're watching HOI. They're watching the prophets, man. So look, man, if you're not in this truth, you're irrelevant. And that's what the Most High is showing in these last days. The only thing that's hot right now is this truth. That's the only thing that's hot right now. Who are the real Jews, man? Who these? Why are they? What is this anti-Semitic stuff? And what is Kyrie and what is Kanye and what is all these people talking about? Man, they talking about the Bible. They talking about Revelations 13:9, right? That's their favorite song. So that's what I was thinking, man. Your favorite rapper's favorite song is Revelations 13:9. And I'm going to read that. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints, right? And they watching the prophets. They watching the servants of the Lord on the highways and hedges. I mean, who's not watching? I mean, why wouldn't Lil Boozy want that power to make his enemy bow? Now, you done got to the top. You found out that you still a nigga. When you got the prophets out here, while you bowing down to the enemy, they making the enemy bow down.
God, my God, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You know you love that people, right? You know, black people in the valley, right?
Christ is the black man according to the Bible, right?
Okay, listen to this.
Isaiah chapter 49, verse 23. And kings shall be the nursing fathers. Now y'all the rulers right now. Y'all run everything. And their queens not nursing mothers. So when God gives us that we gonna rule over y'all. They shall bow down to thee.
We're famous, legendary people. Oh, legendary people. Oh, legendary people. Oh, legendary people. We are famous. Every time you're opening up our book, you're simply taking a look of our history, records, culture, habits.
And they in astonishment. Like, how these niggas, you know, quote unquote, get this power, man? You know, they watch these basketball players, they watching the mighty prophets on the highways and hedges use the word of God like never before, man. Precept upon precept. They see the power within it. They see the life, the truth. They see how it draws in, and they astonished, man. These words are beautiful, right? So this is Revelations chapter 14 and verse 4, because this song that they listening to, they even like it, man. They, you know, when you listening to the, just say if you online or whatever, you listening to Lil Wayne, and then you come upon the prophets, you're gonna cut Lil Wayne off, man, and you're gonna start watching the prophets, man. That's just what's gonna happen, and that's what's been happening. They're tuning their ear out to the world, and they're focusing in on the servants of the Most High, because, man, being a rapper now, it's really not cool no more. The Lord's killing all the rappers, man, and the rappers see it. Not a rapper saying they don't want to rap no more. Why? Because, hey, Lil Boosie, the Lord ain't forgot what you said. When you said F God, you said you gonna eat pork. The Lord ain't forgot that. The Lord ain't forgot that. So I'm gonna get this Revelations chapter 14 and 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that's the song that's just astonishing, man. You know, when you listen to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, hey, that song, man, is beautiful. And that's what's happening to your rapper. That's what happened to your basketball players. They're listening to the prophets. They're listening to Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and they're listening to that sweet melody. Man, hold on. You telling me that the Israelites came over here on slave ships? You telling me that the Israelites was sold to their enemies? You telling me that the Israelites are God's chosen people and that they're on the bottom right now, but the Most High is coming to redeem his people? That's music to my ears. You telling me why the things that I'm going through, because I broke the law, statutes, commandments, my forefathers and my foremothers did. And if I return back to those law, statutes, commandments, the Most High is going to set me on high. You telling me this white man is not God? You telling me he's the devil? Oh, that's sweet to my ear. That's music, man. That's a beautiful melody, man. You see, but this song, they wish they could sing. And that's the beauty of being a servant of the Most High in these last days, because the Most High is put that boldness within you to where you can sing this song, man, without remorse. You can sing it without fear. They're afraid. Kyrie can't say he's a Jew.
Post-pause people.
I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So, taking my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or did you not apologize?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your wrongs?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, you know, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in it. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I can stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, and I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I studied. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in a book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Kyrie, the documentary listed among falsehoods, it said the Holocaust didn't happen. Do you believe the Holocaust
those falsehoods
happened?
are unfortunate. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that. Never, ever have said it. It's not come out of my mouth. I never tweeted it. I never liked anything like it. So the Holocaust in itself is an event that means something to a large group of people that suffered something that could have been avoided. No one said we had to practice racism. No one said we had to treat each other like garbage. No one said that I had to stand here today and understand that many people that come from generations 60 years ago, 40 years ago, enslaved some of my ancestors, still spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and it's still going on. And you guys are asking me respectfully to speak on something that was a documentary that I had nothing to do with. I didn't make it. So just please keep that same energy when you guys are addressing me.
Kyrie, for the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
What does that mean? I
cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Kyrie, did you...
He got to talk in codes. But we not talking in codes. We telling that those Jews that say they are, those people that say they are Jews are not. But they do lie. We're telling them straight up, we're the real Jews, man. We don't have to speak in codes. You see, we don't have to put up apology. We not apologizing for being the real Jews. We making them bow, right? So your favorite rapper song is Revelations 13 and 9 and 10. Revelations 14 and 4, right? I'm going to get this. This is Psalms. Psalms chapter 149. And 1. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Right? Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. So, you know, David's saying, stand up. Hey, do this gladly and with joy, right? For the Lord hath taken pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. And that's the song that they wish they could sing. They wish that they could get on a major platform and tell the white man he the goddamn devil. They wish that they could tell him, hey, man, take your riches and shove it up you know where, man. Take all this bullshit that you gave me to have me to sell out. I don't want it. They wish they could say that, but they don't have the boldness to say it. But the saints can say it, man. So it's a beautiful thing. This verse 5, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. Oh, wait a minute. So war is a part of this song? Wait a minute. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Right? So that's what we telling them. This is the song they wish they could sing. And you goddamn heathens going into captivity. We don't care if Big Mama, if she say we lie. We don't care if Geno Jennings say it's not the truth. You know, Geno Jennings going to say that everybody is going to be a multiracial, ethnic heaven. He's a damn lie, man. Heaven is for Israel and Israel only, right? You're going to have heaven and you're going to have hell, right? So I should go into that a little bit, but hold on. I'm going to get this. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron. That's the new song. That's the song that the service, the prophets are singing. Hey, that you kings of the earth, you Edomites, you Elamites, right? You Canaanites, man. You Amalekites, man. You Moabites, you I say Ammonites, I said that, man. All you ites, if you're not an Israelite, if you're not of the 12 tribes, if you're not of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it's what we're going to do to you. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron. So that's what we're going to do. Whether, you know, whether they say it's anti-Semitic, whether, you don't like it, whether you say we twisting the Bible, we're not going to stop singing this song. And this song alone is tearing down America, right? Tearing down the wicked, man. This song is waking up Israel. That's why they want to gag Kanye. That's why they want him to retract his statements. Kyrie to say sorry for what he said. Because you want to put Israel back in a sleep state. But, you know, man, these words the Most High said he was going to speak. Right? I'm going to get that second Esdras. That's what's going on. It's second Esdras, right? Second Esdras 15 and 8. So you might think that it's Kanye. They say, you know, Kanye is having one of those things again, where he just saying crazy stuff. You know, Kyrie is having one of those moments where he's just spewing ignorance. You know, they just try to label these people that come out and they speak the truth in boldness. They try to label them as kooks, crazy cases. You know, they stupid. They don't know what they talking about. These men are speaking, thus saith the Lord, man. And the Most High is speaking through these people, whether anybody like it or not. It's the Lord, right? So let me get that real quick. It's Proverbs 16:1, right? This Proverbs 16:1. The preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So ultimately, it's time. Ultimately, the Most High is said, okay, I'm not going to hold my tongue no more concerning my people. And I'm going to, you know, they've been hearing from my servants who they didn't want to hear. Now I'm going to use the people who they honor. I'm going to use the people who they worship, and to be a witness, not for you really, but against you, right? So hold on. This is this 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 8. And it reads, I'm going to read verse 7. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Soda asking, would this have happened if those passengers were white? He said, I don't think so. We begin with ABC's Gio Benitez in Minnesota.
Stay with me.
This is Diamond Reynolds streaming live on Facebook from her cell phone, just moments after her boyfriend, Philando Castile, was shot by police during a traffic stop over what she says was a broken taillight. She says Castile told the officer he was carrying a licensed gun.
He's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm.
The police officer pointing his gun into the car. Reynolds calm and clear. Her young daughter in the back seat.
Waiting for him back. I will, sir. No worries. I will. He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand out.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Where's my daughter? You got my daughter?
Then officers, guns drawn, order Reynolds out of the car.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees.
Now on the ground, she never stops live streaming.
They threw my phone, Facebook.
Police perform CPR on Castile on the street. Reynolds now detained in a patrol car, her cell phone still recording.
I don't know if he's okay or if he's not okay.
Her daughter still with her. Reynolds finally breaks down.
I can't really do because they got me handcuffed.
It's okay, Mommy.
I can't believe they just did this.
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
Philando Castile, a supervisor at a school cafeteria where kids love.
Right? Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So concerning his people, the Lord said he's not going to, he's not going to hold his tongue no more. The Lord was not saying anything. He was quiet. They said, our God is the God of all men on the earth. They said that we're not the Israelites. They told us that we was niggas. A whole time the Most High been sitting back just letting you Edomites, you Amalekites, you nations just build it up, right? This Exodus. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Jeremiah. This Jeremiah. Chapter 48 and 10. So Here we go. Jeremiah 48:10, and it reads, here we go. Jeremiah 48:10, and it reads, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. So, you know, there's a sound of battle in the land, and you got to get involved. You know, this is the time where the Most High is saying, you know, who's involved is a lot of, you know, it's a lot of Israelites for play. It's a lot of Israelites for you know, for to be seen. You know, they got that Instagram vibe, that Facebook vibe. In the, you know, amongst the Israelites, they just want to be seen. They want to be liked. They want, that's not what this is. It's spiritual war. You're fighting for the lives of your family, man. You're fighting for the lives and the minds of your loved ones, of your people. You fighting the battles of the Most High, Yahweh. This is not for play. So in these times, man, you're gonna see. I'm gonna read it again. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. There's a lot of people that don't want to get involved with this. You know, they don't want to bring up Jewish. They don't want to be labeled as anti-Semitic, because right now Esau, he's doing what he do. So right now, those that's doing the work deceitfully are being divided from those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, right? It says, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. So if the Most High is going to war, hey, pull out your sword, man. Right? Pull out your sword. Let's get that, a sound of battle. Sound of battle in the land, man. I'm going to get this first before I get that. Right? This is Exodus 17:6, man. Exodus 17:16. Actually, Exodus 17:16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So if you didn't know, the Lord's been warring with Amalek since the beginning, man. Since Genesis until Revelation, there's a war. There's an ancient war. And there's a sound of battle in the land. You know, that's what you said. Even, you know, the answer to the tongue is from the Most High. And it's no coincidence that Kanye, he comes on before millions of people and he tells them, you know, he tired of the Jewish people. You know, he tired of the way that they, you know, they do certain things, and the oppression in the music industry, and how they're using the so-called black man and black woman to destroy their own people, and how they're getting rich off that.
I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill this nigga. I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill this nigga. That's the real anti-Semitic shit that the Jewish people get paid off of.
Most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
Don't you think that's hypocritical though? You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Now let me little Apple move. Let me on Apple right now. How many people want to bet their house that content is not within the first 3 songs on Apple Rap Music?
Nobody.
So they're gonna have to take my life before they take my people.
That's the sound of battle. And then there's no coincidence that Kanye said, hey, I got my money right, now let's go to war. That's Yahweh, man. Speaking through this, man. You see what I'm saying? You can't be in this, you can't decide who the Most High gonna use. He gonna use, you can't hijack this truth, man. This truth is not yours alone. This truth is Yahweh's. He gonna use whoever he want, man. And you can't stop that. Just be thankful if the Most High use you in the righteous way, because he using everybody. You know, he said the deceived and the deceive our minds. So, hey, be thankful if the Most High use you in a righteous way instead of a evil way. So, I'm gonna get this sound of battle real quick. A sound of battle. Hold on. It's Jeremiah chapter 50 and 22. Jeremiah 50 and 22. And it reads, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Right? So that's what you hear. That's what you hear, all this commotion, you know, all this back and forth with the Israelites and these heathen nations, man, and these laws that they trying to put out, man. That's you know, it's a sound of battle, man. The Lord is gearing up for war. The Lord said he's not going to hold his tongue no more concerning his people. You know, that's what time it is, right? So I'm gonna get this. It's Ephesians 6 and 12. Because, hey, everybody should know how to war in these last days. You shouldn't be in the dark on how this thing is done. You know, this what I'm doing right now is warring through the Spirit, man. This is what the Lord is doing. If you got spiritual eyes, the men of the Lord are going to war. The men of the Lord are not holding back their sword. They understand, man. This is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right? So that's, you got to understand what a battle is. You know what I'm saying? It's wickedness that you can't see. There's people in high places that you'll never see. You'll never meet. The people that own the media, the people that own the news, the people that own the people that own the people. You know the elite, man. The Rothschilds, you know what I'm saying? These Ashkenazis, man. These Khazars, man, behind the scenes that hold on, let's get this Job 9 and 24. It's gonna be a classical type of night, man. This Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right, so the earth right now is in the hands of the wicked. And when we say wicked, we mean wicked. You know, you wonder where, 100,000+ babies is gone, missing a year. The wicked is doing that.
So lately there has been a story going around on the internet about a Jewish rabbi named Abe Finkelstein, who supposedly is a corrupt Jewish rabbi who mentions that he kills babies and grinds them up and puts them in the McDonald's hamburger meat.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch, and as Jews, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi Abe Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
I just have to refute.
It's just, why aren't nobody talking about the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women and children are coming up missing? Why ain't that on front news instead of, why is Kyrie posted a link to a book front page on every news media and not the 100,000 so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans that went missing? Why is that not, top news, man? Because the earth is given into the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges, man. So, he's just running stuff, man. I'm gonna get this precept. This Jeremiah 23 and 29. This Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 29. Is not my word like as fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. So, you know, you got to know how to war. You got to know how to be effective. You got to strategize in this thing, man. You know, you got to plan. You got to plan and plot what you're going to do. Hey, because the enemy is coming against you. So don't just stand there and take licks, man. If the Lord said he going to war, then all Israel should be fighting. These are your brothers, Kanye and Kyrie. Hey, right now, man, you should have spiritual eyes to see that the Lord is using them. If you speaking against what, okay, who cares, man? Who cares what he did in the past? You don't care what Paul did in the past? They didn't kill, they was killing the Jews. But we all got blood in our hands. Right now, hey, they're taking a stand for the Jews. Who cares what they did in the past? Hey, stand behind your brother, man. Stand behind your brothers. Just don't speak against them right now. Stop bringing up their past, man. Hey, well, you know he did. No, listen. The brother said we the real Jews, man. The brother said we the blood of Christ, man. The brother said we the 12 tribes. The brother put his life on the line, man. There is no greater love than for a man to lay down his life for his brother, you know. Hey, what do you think this talk is that they want to have with Kyrie? You think they're going to beg Kyrie? Hey, Adam Silver, he's a Jewish man. What you think they going to tell Kyrie? They going to threaten that man. They going to threaten that man in the life of his family to apologize, man. So we need to be praying for Kanye and Kyrie. We need to be praying for these men. We need to be praying for your brothers, right? I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This Psalms 85 and 11. Psalms 85 and 11. Psalms 85 and 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. And that's what's happening right now. Truth is springing forth like a geyser. You can't stop a geyser. You can't stop this truth, man. This truth is knocking over all the worldly rappers. It's knocking over the society. It's knocking over the powers that be. You can't stop water. You can't stop. Hey, when the waters decide to cross over on land, you can't stop it. And that's what this truth is. This truth is springing forth and no man can stop it, right? You can only be for it. Let me get this, man. It's Acts 5 and 39. Acts 5 and 39. And it reads, But if it be of Yahweh, you cannot overthrow it. Least haply ye be found even to fight against Yahweh. And that's what's going on to try to fight against this truth with the servants of the Lord, saying you fighting against the Most High, man. And that's just a battle that you won't win, right? It's what I want to get, man. Give me Exodus 32 and 26. Probably should have had my notes together a little bit better. Slocky, man. My hand done went. Kind of went. It's Exodus chapter 32 and 26. And it reads, Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together. And he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man's sword at his side. So if you got, the Lord is going to war. Ye mighty men, you know, all the men that are able-bodied, you should be out there on them highways and hedges, man. You should be putting up, you should be throwing gasoline on this fire. Don't let this fire go out, man. Don't let it, you look with spiritual eyes, man. The brothers are refusing to let the Lord not letting this fire go out. First it was Kanye, now it's Kyrie. Hey, then it's our job to keep throwing gas on this fire. Keep throwing gas on this fire, right? You see the brothers, right? So this is I'm gonna get this Maccabee. I'm gonna get Psalms 94 and 16 real quick. Psalms 94 and 16. So you have to decide right now, man. Your job is not more important than this truth. Your family is not more important than this truth. You should be fighting right now. You should be strategizing. This Psalms 94 and 16. The Lord is calling the mighty man of war. If you say you mighty, if you was a mighty man of old, you would hear this battle cry. You should be dropping the things of this world and getting involved. This Psalms 94 and 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Stop thinking that this what you see on TV is a phase. It's not a phase, man. The Lord is proclaiming war on Amalek. He told you he's gonna have war on Amalek from generation to generation, man. This First Maccabees, chapter 5 and 31. Let me get this real quick. It's First Maccabees chapter 5 verse 31, and it reads, when Judas therefore saw that the battle was begun, and that the cry of the city went up to heaven with trumpets and a great sound, he said unto the host, fight this day for your brethren. Right, so you got to understand what you see. The battle has gone up, man. You know, whether you want to admit it or not, you know, the Lord has declared war on Amalek from generation to generation, and Amalek has declared war on you. You know, you might, there are no bystanders, either you on the Lord's side or you against the Lord. There's not no type of thing where you're going to be able to sit back and say, well, I just want to see how this thing play out. No, you on the Lord's side or you against them, right? Let me get Maccabees, First Maccabees 3. Then his son Judas, called Maccabees, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father, and they fought with cheerfulness the battles of Israel. Right, so that's what you're supposed to, you mighty man. You know, this is not for the Christian church, man. It's not for you, man. This not for your out of shape ass, your baked sweating, you know, hamburger neck back ass, your shiny shoe wearing ass. It's not for you, man. This for the man of the Lord, man. It's for the man. It's not for everybody, right? I'm gonna get that Judges 7:11. These are the men that are fit for the battle. And you Christian people, you know, you people that done damn bow down to Esau's religions, the white man religion of Christianity, and the cross. That wooden cross. This battle is not, we don't expect you to understand this. Move thee out the way. You're not on the Lord's side, man. Let me get this, Judges 7 and 4. The Most High is looking for man fit for the battle. This Judges chapter 7 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So everybody can't fight this fight. And we understand that. We understand that those that are weak knees and feeble-hearted, that you're going to come against this, man. We understand that you're going to speak against Kyrie. You're going to speak against Kanye. You're going to speak against the Hebrew Israelites. Why you don't hear the Christian church talking about it? Why don't they say nothing about these fake Jewish people, man? Why don't they say, when they literally see these people making money off so-called black people killing one another and they saying it in.
I wanna kill my dad.
Devil, this shit hard.
I wanna kill my mom. Kill my mom. I wanna kill my dad. Murder him. I wanna kill my grandma. Grandma. Kill my grandma. I wanna kill my mom. Kill my mom. I wanna kill my dad. Murder him. I wanna kill my grandma. Grandma. Kill my grandma. I wanna kill my dad. He made me go to sleep and now I'm mad.
These are Jewish people that's doing that. Where are you Christian pastors at? Why don't you say something against them? Because you afraid, man. Because you on their pay. At the end of the day, your daddy's paying you. Esau paying you. We don't care. We know. Esau's paying you. He's paying you. Right? So the Lord said everybody can't go. So he brought down the people unto the water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that bowed down upon his knees to drink, and the number of them that lapped, putting their hands to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. Yeah, they didn't know what time it was. And you leaving yourself unprotected in a time of war. You know, your head not on a swivel. You're not paying attention. You don't even know that the Lord done declared war, man. You just going about like this a regular day. You don't know that all this damn shit finna hit the fan real soon, man. You know? Let me get this. Sirach 4:28. Sirach 4:28, right? Because the Lord not going to fight for everybody. This Sirach chapter 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? So that's what you should be doing. You should be putting your life on the line for the truth in hopes that the Lord is going to fight for you. Right? And who is Amalek? Amalek is Esau's son, man. Now, the Lord said he's going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation. You got to know who Amalek is. This Genesis, that's why we tell y'all that the Most High, he hates Esau. And y'all, you going to this Christian church and they keep telling you that God loves everybody when the Lord done put it all over the Bible, that there's a war going on and he hates this. The seed of Satan is on this earth. Where's the seed of Satan is in the man on earth right now. The Satan has a bloodline, an individual, a seed, a nation of people on this earth right now, and you know it. But yet you say God is coming back to save everybody. This Genesis chapter 36 and verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. And she bare unto Eliphaz Amalek. And these were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So Amalek, the Jewish man, is Esau's son. He's Esau's son, man. Let me get this. Malachi 1:3. It's all over the Bible. Let's get this, man. Right? Let's get Genesis. Genesis 4. Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman. I'm going to start here. And the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shall thou go, and the dust shall thou eat all the days of thy life. Right? So it's not when it says serpent, it means the deceiver. Just like when you tell somebody today, you know, and you a snake, you foul. It means he's a liar. So you got to understand this Bible was written by us. So that's how we was talking. This dude was a snake. And the snake deceived Eve, a damn deceiver. She was seduced, right? So we telling this man, you're going to crawl on your belly all the days of your life. Meaning you're going to be the lowest of low. Among all the beasts of the earth, you're going to be the lowest, right? Verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. So there's a war between the seed of the righteous and the seed of the wicked, man. Stop saying, how could you read this and say God loves everybody when the Most High said there's going to be a war? There's going to be a war. So let's see this seed. This Genesis. Now, this seed did come from one woman. Right? So watch this. This Genesis chapter 4:1. And Adam knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man of the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And what most people don't pick up right here in Genesis 4, the 4th chapter, verses 1 and 2, that Eve had twins. And that's why, that's a key part to understanding what's going on. And you don't understand regeneration. You don't understand that you die and you come back to this earth. And when you start understanding these things, you can understand that war that the Most High said that he was going to have with Amalek from generation to generation is really the seed of the wicked. That's the war that's going on. It's between the seed of the wicked and the seed of the righteous, right? And Adam knew his wife Eve, and conceived and bare Cain. And she said, I've got him a man of the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain a tiller of the ground, right? Verse 6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, Cain rose up against Abel and slew against Abel his brother and slew him, right? So the Most High is talking to Eve in the garden. He's talking to the snake, the serpent, right? And Eve. He said, I will put enemy between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So, you know, ultimately, you know, that came out of Adam. That came out of Adam and Eve, brothers, man. So let's see those brothers again. You see the enemy between these two seeds, the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman, right? And you can, we're going to read that in Revelations also. Watch this. It's Revelations chapter 12. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried. So this woman, the seed of the woman, travailed in birth, in pain to be delivered. And there appeared another great wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon. Look at it. So the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent is still battling till this day, right? And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, in pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and the 7 crowns upon his head. And he drew a third of the part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it were born. So there's a war. There's a war. Stop letting your pastor tell you that God loves everybody and Jesus loves anybody, and you smack dead in the middle of the war. You in the heat of the battle, and all hell is about to break loose. You see? So let's go. Let's see how Esau plays into this. It's Genesis chapter 25. We're going to see how Esau and Amalek plays into this, right? This Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her womb. So here go these twins again. Here go the seed of the righteous and the seed of the devil. Again, being reborn in Genesis. In the beginning and later on in Genesis. And we also seen that that serpent in this woman in Revelations, right? So verse 22, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? So she went to inquire of the Lord. So this is going to explain the two different nations within her, the same two different nations that was within Eve. And the Lord said unto her, verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So it was enemy in her womb, between 2 nations, 2 different type of people, the seed of the serpent and the seed of the righteous. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. This is actually Cain and Abel being reborn, regenerated, right? You got to understand, first what you need to do is keep commandments to understand this Bible, but it's clear, right? Verse 25, and the first came out red. So this is the birth of Esau. This is the birth of Esau, the devil, the red dragon, the red deceiver, the red serpent. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. And who is Esau? It's Amalek's father. Amalek is Esau. Amalek is Esau. The Lord said he's going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation, right? Let me get, I'm going to get one more, right? I'm going to get one more, then I'm going to end. This is 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you, right? The serpent, that snake, the deceiver, the liar. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. For that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. And what is that falling away? And the Christian pastor tell you, hey, in the last days, many going to fall away from the truth. That's not what it means. Let's get what it means real quick. This Luke 21, Salakia, Luke 21 and 24, and it reads, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. That was that falling away. That Israel in 70 AD, that the Romans, that serpent, Esau would come, and still he's been killing Jake since the beginning of time, man. He's been hunting Jake down. We've been fighting Jacob and Esau. We've been fighting since Genesis, man. And we're still, that's what you see, Kyrie and damn Adam Silver, man. Kyrie and these so-called white people, these Jewish people. You see Israel and Esau. Jacob and Esau still wrestling for what? The kingdom. That's what's going on. A war that you're involved in, no matter what you think, right? So it says, verse 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So it said the real Jews is going to be in captivity, and Jerusalem going to be being occupied by Gentiles, by heathens, until the times of the end. So until the time of the end, the real Jews going to be slaves, man, in captivity, while their land are going to be trampled down by serpents. And that's in Jeremiah as well. So let's get back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come and falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So right now, that's why they want to put the gag order on Kyrie and Kanye. They want them to retract their statements. But it's the Lord that's doing this. It's the Lord that's uncovering Esau. He's uncovering Amalek. You're not the real Jew. These blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, these are the Jews and these are the Israelites. These are the northern and southern kingdom, right? Who, verse 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. I mean, that's the man of perdition. Who else on this earth is showing himself that he is God? Where did this blue-eyed, blonde-haired image come from? Who else put an image of himself and spread it through the four corners of the earth and said, I'm Jesus? That's the devil. That's the deceiver. That's the man of perdition. That's the man that the Most High is having war with. That's Esau. That's Amalek. It's Revelations 2 and 9. Revelations 2 and 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich, right? So the Lord is telling the people of the world, the people of the earth, about his people. He's speaking to us. He said, I know your work. I know what you're going through. I know your sufferings. I know your tribulations, right? And poverty. I know that you the last hired. You the first fired. I know that you got to sweep and mop the floors. I know that you in every restaurant in the back sweating, cooking. I know that you in every establishment mopping, sweeping. I know that they giving you crumbs. I know that you in poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. They're deceivers. They're the devil. They're the red dragon. I mean, how many times do the Lord got to tell you? How many times, man? This is, and it's to be, off the streets and to, for the Lord to bring this to you and show you, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. So what we have to do is accept the words of truth and just follow the Most High with all your heart. But with that, man, I'm gonna give the brothers and the sisters out there and the children a mighty shalom, man. We almost out of here. A Kwam Yasharallah.